Hey,
Hello.
hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome, Ed.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to have you here on the podcast. And we're going to talk about Bloodbound book series today that you're a big fan of. And I have seen some of your works on your Instagram account, and that's fabulous. And it seems like you're a big fan of Bloodbound. So thanks for coming.
Yes, thank you so much for your words.
Yeah. So, how are you doing? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. What about you?
Yeah, all good. And thanks. I think I'm going to have a nice time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So, mm, let's start. Just can you introduce yourself to our viewers, like in a more specific manner, so that everybody can get what you do, about your passion a little bit.
Yeah, my name is Adiva, but my nickname everyone calls me Adi, so it's Adi usually, and I write Bloodborne fics, and I'm obsessed in games. Like I don't always write about Bloodborne, but also I write my own fan fictions, and yeah, that's it.
That's super awesome. So, how many fan fictions have you written so far?
I have written about Bloodborne, It Lives, and one more is coming, A New World next Sunday.
Wow. So, about It Lives. So, you have read It Lives too, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool. We're gonna talk about that a bit too. Then it's my favorite book. So, in Bloodbound, you said when usually you started reading Choices, and was Bloodbound the first book that you read on Choices?
well, in 2018, I played Joseph for the first time, and I played Royal Romance, first two books only,
Uh-huh.
and then I uninstalled the app and reinstalled it in 2019, and Bloodborne was my first book in that, and I got so obsessed with it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because this Royal Romance book is so famous, so they recommend whenever you open the app for the first time, you usually get that book. So yeah, I get that. And the same thing happened to me when I first opened. I got another book, and then after some months, I again reopened the app, reinstalled it, and then I found out High School Story, and that was my favorite book. So I can relate to that.
Yeah.
So, about Bloodbound, how would you like to say this when you started playing this book about this vampire thing, and this have a normal life at first, that's what it seems like off the top of the surface, but the way you discover the whole vampire thing, your boss is a vampire, where you work, that's like basically a place where vampires work at night. So how did you feel about all those things when you first started playing that?
It was really awesome, and I really love vampires because I've seen the films like Twilight, and it's my favorite film series. And when I actually played that game, I was like, "Oh yes, it's for vampires," and I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Twilight, and also I think Vampires Diaries. That's also one series. Yeah, that I also felt the same when I started reading it. So your favorite love interest is Gaius, right?
Yeah, he's not a love interest, and that sucks. That's bad.
So you wish that he should have been a love interest, right?
Yes,
So if he like he's not a love interest, then who did you date in the whole book?
Adrian.
Huh? So he's your favorite love interest, right?
Yeah, yes.
So why do you like Gaius so much? Because I see you are super obsessed with him. So what are the specifics that make you crave him? So why?
Well, there are multiple reasons, and I think I know Gaze has done a lot of bad things and horrible things, but he's also a victim of his past, and he's so attractive. I just love him, and he did so much. Even though Camila, Adrian, and the others keep saying negative things about him, but they forget the main thing, and that is he's the reason why they are living a luxurious life in New York. Because if it wasn't for Gaius, they wouldn't have landed up in North America. They would be still be living in the fear of order in Europe only.
Yeah, that is true. And the way it was designed, the whole story, the way it was written, that's why I liked it because, like you said, it, Adrian and Camellia, they were main love interests and main characters, but also Gaius and you know others, they were also important part of the vampire community. So yeah,
Yes.
and one more question about this first, I would like to ask you. At the end of book three, you have the option to save one, and like one love interest dies. So who would you let die?
Means in the end of Bloodborne 2, I changed my love interest. Means it, before going to Gears, we have an option to talk to someone, right?
Yeah.
So instead of choosing Adrian that time, I choose Camilla. So she became my love interest, and Lily died in mine.
So Camellia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you play the side book of Bloodbound, the Winter Solstice or something?
Yes.
How did you like that?
I really love that. It's very cool.
So, out of the three books, one, two, and three, which one did you like the most?
The most, I would say, the third one,
Because why?
because finally I came to know how what really happened with Gears and what about his past
Mhm.
mainly.
Yeah, that makes sense. And how did you feel? How did you feel when you came to know that your main character is also a vampire? I think it was at the start of book two or book three. So, how did you feel then?
Means our character of the vampire. I was like, yeah, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that was super awesome at the moment. You're right.
Yeah.
Um, if you would like to change one thing about this whole book series, what would that be?
I would make Gears a love interest and make him on all the covers of Bloodborne because he deserves it.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, that's true. And do you think that there should have been another book to it, or like you're happy with the ending?
I'm not satisfied with the ending at all.
So, what would be the perfect? What should have been the perfect ending according to you?
For me, Gears shouldn't have been killed or should have not let him go. He should have stayed back in New York with others and we should have all have lived a happy life together. And MC and Gears should have been married if he was a love interest.
Yeah, that's right. And since the story is called Choices, I specifically thinking about this lately. So I think there should be an option to for every player about who they can date. And of course, it's impossible to date any character, but at least the main characters they can date.
Yeah.
That should have been the case. So Bloodbound was your first supernatural book, correct?
Yes.
hmm There was a scene I remember that about our best friend, Lily, right?
Yes.
So when she became a vampire, I can't remember. I kind of forgot the plot, but I think we needed to save her life, and then um, it was only option that if she becomes a vampire, then she'd be saved. So how did you feel about that?
I feel like I feel really when she was attacked, I was feeling very bad, but there was no option to save her life except for turning. And I was really a bit sad about her because she had to live a vampire life. But when she got adjusted to it, I was like, "It's good, girl, if you're adjusted to it. It's if you're happy."
Yeah, that's true. Um, and we did. I think I first didn't realize that we're gonna have her as a love interest too, because very few times we get our best friends as love interests. Sometimes they're just a side character. They help us with our dresses and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I find it kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know if you remember it or not, but in the first book, in the first chapter, everything was so normal, and then suddenly, I think at the end of the first chapter of first book, we go to Adrian's office at night, and we see Adrian is sort of sucking blood out of someone. So, how did you feel at that moment? Like, wow, this is scary, or wow, this is cool, or how how did you anticipate that moment?
When I saw that, I was like, wait, what are you doing? What is happening here? How that's everything's changed suddenly. And he's a vampire? I'm like, wow, what a twist.
Yeah, exactly. You can say that again. And I thought, wait, I thought, look, we got to choose Adrian's race, so Adrian is supposed to be a love interest, but why is he doing so? And I know he's a vampire, but still sucking blood out of someone. So I needed to play the second chapter to fully realize that.
Yeah.
It's a fun book, Bloodbound. So did you play the Nightbound book?
I just played a few chapters and then I stopped.
No, I asked because there is a reference to Bloodbound book in a later chapter in Nightbound book. I think you know the vampire in New York. What was her name? Rhea or something?
Vampires in New York, Raya.
Yeah, I think Rhea. I think her name was that.
Something like that.
Yeah, she was in that one diamond scene. So you get to meet her in Nightbound book. So it's kind of interconnected at just one point. That's why I asked.
Hmm.
That's you can read the book. It's super fun book, the Nightbound book. So how long it has been? So have you just played it once, like this Bloodbound series, or multiple times?
Multiple.
Yeah, so you're an obsessed fan of Bloodbound. So in your fan fictions, what do you focus at? I mean, do you give more time to gays, or how do you write those?
Means I specifically write about MCs and Gear's past relationship of what happened, and I also focus on others like Camila, Adrian, and others. So
Hmm. That's super awesome. Sounds cool. Where do you post those?
I post on my account, my
Instagram.
fanfiction account.
I mean, on Instagram.
Yeah, on Insta.
On Instagram. Okay. All right. Um, if you want to point out to one mistake, like you think they made in the Bloodbound book, what would be? What would it be?
They should have made first of all Gay and Pinterest, and they should have made him on the covers of Bloodborne because he's the main character. He's the one who turned Camila, Adrian, and others.
Yeah, that should have that should have been done. That should have been arranged because a lot of people seem to like him lately, and a lot of people. So, and I
Yeah,
think in America's Most Eligible, they made Jane a love interest because people liked her. Probably, I think so. I don't see why they couldn't have done that in that book too.
yeah.
Uh, so, have you? Do you know that? Have you ever seen any reference to this Bloodbound book in any other Choices books?
Well, not really. Means I've not played all the books of Rather and Bloodborne. I just played
Mhm.
it half only, and then I just don't know lose interest. But Bloodborne is the one I just played multiple times.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I understand that. I like I said, I played High School Storybook for the first time, and I have played it for 4 times or so, like multiple times. So yeah, I understand that.
Mm.
Um, this thing, how I want to know your opinion on this. This blood keeper thing, like, you are a special person. You're not just any someone who just walked into this vampire community in New York. So sort of you were meant for this. You realize this in the later half of the book. So how do you feel about this whole blood keeper thing and your family history?
I'm kind of excited, really happy that I was connected. I was granddaughter of Demetrius and Reyes, and my mother was also a blood keeper. And it's really interesting to know that I'm the first vampire blood keeper. Means that's a only talent that I have. No one else like that.
Yeah, that was a shocker. Like, yo, wow. I thought at first like MC is just a normal person, but then I realized no. And I have seen in multiple times in choices like the MC, specifically in supernatural books, they walk into something and they think they're normal person, but later they discover like, wait, they're not normal. They have something to do with this. In various books, I have seen that.
Yes.
So, if I ask you right now that how would you like to describe, like, with some words, some adjectives, this Bloodbound book and your love for the Bloodbound book, what would you like to say?
It's quite interesting, exciting, and really a super cool book. I really loved it.
Hmm. That's true. I really liked it too because in supernatural genre, Bloodbound, this vampire book is one of a kind, and I really liked how Joyce is approached about this book. It's really unique.
Yes, it is.
So you just told me at the start of the podcast that you also played It Lives, right?
Yes.
Did you play both It Lives?
No, only it lives beneath.
Oh, so it didn't. It skipped It Lives in the Woods, right?
I haven't played it yet.
Uh huh. Okay. Yeah, I also played It Lives Beneath first, and then I went to It Lives in the Woods because I thought the Beneath, the second one, is more. It was more attractive, way fancier than the first one.
Yes, it was.
So, as a horror book, how would you rate the It Lives Beneath book? I mean, from 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, um, how much would you rate this book in terms of horror, amount of horror in that book?
10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes
That's.
I got scared at times. I don't know why.
Do you like horror genres?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you watch a lot of horror movies?
Yes.
That explains it. Yeah, but I when I played Lives Beneath, it was a bit scary to be honest. It was a horror genre book, but it was still I felt like it was not that scary because maybe the scenes, the date scenes and stuff like that we had, it kind of took our mind off of the danger sometimes. And if you use diamonds, you always end up on the right side, I think.
Yeah.
So in this book, who was your favorite love interest?
Means the guy who I met. I'm forgetting his name.
Parker,
Yeah, yeah, Parker. Yeah, Parker.
the police officer, right?
Policeman. Yeah, police.
Yeah, he was a nice guy too. So, about the music in this book, what would you like to say? Was the music awesome?
It was really cool and different music.
Yeah, I mean, the way when we used to go to the lake, the music would play, and it was like, wow, this is scary and kind of chilling.
Mm.
Mm. So, did you use a lot of diamonds in this book?
No, I just saved the for the pieces we were collecting and all to open that thing in which the body or something was. For that.
Yeah, so you got that right. Like the after wearing that, you can fight the ghost.
Yeah.
Mhm. And did you survive at the end of the book?
When I played it for the whole book for the first time, I did, but when I played the book for the second time, I died.
That's quite strange because oftentimes people say, "Wait, I died for the first time, but I played it the second time, and I did not make some old mistakes, and I survived." But in your case, it's a different thing. Okay. And your friends, what about them? Did they survive?
Yeah, my friends survived.
That's cool. Um, and the way the nerve scores, you increase the nerve scores of your friends. That was designed. What would you like to say about that?
In the starting was really low, but in the ending chapters, their nerves was high. They were very confident.
Yeah. So did you need to spend a lot of diamonds for the nerve score, or you spent moderate diamonds?
Not much, I would say.
Yeah, I see. So this, we used to get these letters from Jocelyn. No, not Jocelyn. I forgot. I'm forgetting the name of our grandmom who was the ghost. Uh,
It's from seven, something like that.
Yeah, Jocelyn was like the bully in the first book, but yeah, it was something I'm forgetting. But yeah, so when we used to get the letters from them, uh, so Josephine, I guess. Yeah,
Josephine, something like that.
Josephine. Yeah. So those letters are really awesome. Like you used to read the letters, and there were some hints of mystery, some past history, also what happened in those letters. So how did you see those letters?
It was really nice to know what happened with her, but it was kind of sad that she was bullied and all that happened with her.
Yeah. And how did you feel when you found out first? I was like, our grandpa was with the group, and then they said our grandpa killed our mom and dad, and he was trying to be young and stuff. But basically, Imogen's parents lied to us, and they were controlling our grandpa's mind. So, how did you feel about that part? It was like lots of twists were there.
Yeah, there were a lot of twists. When that grandpa killed our parents, I was really angry. But what the group made him do and all, that was not so good to see.
Yeah, I mean, at first I thought maybe okay, this is the criminal. Then I thought no, this is like it kept changing. Like who was the main culprit here? It was a really well designed book.
Yeah, it was.
So about the cultists, the group they were there. How did you feel about them? Like when you found out about their ideas, about their volatile intentions. So did you want to I don't know if you got the if you had the option to save them or kill them, but so how did you feel about them?
They give me bad vibes whenever my character was near them. I really disliked them in the starting and still do. I don't like them much.
Yeah, I mean they were really I didn't first it was really hard to understand who was the bad guy there because the way it was designed, that's what I'm saying, like it was really an awesome book, well designed, well written, well designated,
Yeah.
and I remember one thing about this um, I'm forgetting the exact scene, but I know like we were this there's a scary thing about like the creatures that come to help. Yeah, from book one, did you get the mention of Noah there?
Yeah, Noah. I did.
Yeah, so he was, I think he was alive there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you play the book one, then probably Noah's context will be put into place. But how did you like the ending of this book? Were you satisfied with the ending, or you thought like it was perfect, or you thought maybe it deserved a sequel?
It was perfect, I would say. Really like the ending. Like everyone's happy in my case. It was everyone's happy. So like, if there could be a sequel if they want, I would say.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, yeah, kind of Jocelyn and others in from It Lives in the Woods book, they were together discussing about how to form a group to stop the things from happening. And then we were also planning in our with our It Lives Beneath crew how to stop everything further. So I think yeah, it was pretty much the end, you know.
Yeah.
That's so you haven't played any other books other than Bloodbound and It Lives?
A Royal Romance I did only first two books and then I stopped playing. You know what I did? But I was really sad when Bloodborne ended and I uninstalled Choices. And I was
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, you like a book and then you stop because yeah, you're so obsessed with that. I know that feeling. But how did you feel about the Royal Romance? Did you like it?
it was good. The first book I really liked it.
Mhm. So do you plan to read other books in recent future?
Yeah, I do. Nowadays, Choices have made a new book called Laws of Attraction. I want to play that. I will play soon.
Okay. And what about Open Heart? You don't play that book, Open Heart?
I have played three or few chapters, but I don't know what's the obsession that people have with eating. Like I also like eating, but what's something I don't understand sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it happens with some books to me too. Like I start playing and then I stop because I don't find much interest in those books. So I totally understand that.
Yeah,
So in this, coming back to Bloodbound book again, um, about your expression, like when you completely came to know, like in your case, how you navigated the thing about the vampires in New York City, like why you first thought, wow, this is it's a normal life, and then you found out, no, this is not normal. There is something going on at night. It's a completely different city. It's completely different place, and there are people. So how did you take that?
it was really interesting, and I was like, I don't want to live my life anymore. And when I died, in at the end of second book, I was like, you guys should have told me. Why did I die? I'm dying because of you, not because of chaos.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. And when they
Um,
said there would be a book, huh?
what I say?
Yeah, I said when they said there would be a book two, yeah, book three. Sorry. So then I thought, well, this is not the end. Otherwise, it would have been a new kind of book. We don't have MC dying in any other books, I think. So yeah,
Mm. You know, when our love interest says "I love you" to us in the end, so that time I thought instead of saying "I love you" to me right now when I'm dying, you should have told me. I was really
yeah,
offended when I was dying. I was like, "It's not your fault, okay? It's your fault."
exactly. Because yeah, because if this is the end, then what are you saving for? You were saving this for another big occasion. Like this is the
Yeah,
time. Save it. Yeah, that's true. That was a little bit. So you, you stuck with Camellia at the end, right?
yeah.
Um, and what about the fight when the vampires fought with each other? How did you feel about all that thing? I think it was in book two.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you guys calm down. Don't be so mad at each other.
Yeah, it was really fun. I really liked that part, how they designed that and stuff.
Mm,
But one more thing I would like to ask you. You also wrote one fan fiction about It Lives, you said, right?
yeah,
So, what is that based on? Like, what do you focus in that fan fiction?
I'm just focusing on hidden truths and all, and how a girl will come to know what really inside the house and all. And it's I'm still designing. I haven't written the second chapter yet, but Still, it's on a break right now. I can't think of it right now that much.
Yeah, I see that. Best of luck with that. I mean, I hope you complete that, and it's gonna be super awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, fanfics are really awesome because the main book ends, but different people read it different ways, and when they write a fanfic, it basically represents their view, and it's really nice to know what other people are thinking, how they're thinking about a particular book. Maybe I thought it a
Mm.
different way, but someone is thinking it differently than I thought. So it's super awesome to learn about it.
So, can I ask you one question?
Yeah, of course, sure, go on.
When you play that chapter when our gang is playing Never Have I Ever, so when Gay said that he's married, what did you think about it?
Uh, what did I think about it? I kind of played it a long time ago. I forgot. Um, can you like can you tell me a bit about the context like the of this Never Have I Ever game? Like you
Yeah,
said.
Lily said, means Jack said, never have I ever gotten married. So Lily said, we all need to know it's only Adrian, and Gias interrupts and says that no, I also was married to Ariane, who we were just teenagers in love. We snuck up the temple and were went before parents could stop us. She had the most beautiful eyes, and 6 months later she died because of black coffin. That was that, and this was thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was genuinely a bit. Yeah, I now remember a bit. Yeah, so I was like, wow, that was really a bit because I was not thinking. I know it was a game, never have I ever, and characters sort of deviate from their usual, like what they represent in those games. But Dimension, I think it was. So but I was a bit shocked to be honest, like wow, and surprised, and yeah, that was a really interesting scene to me, because I thought wow, I can replay that scene because I went to YouTube and I think I watched that chapter again. And how did you feel about that?
I was really jealous and angry, but I was also sad for him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was shocked, like
I mean,
wow.
yeah, I was like, yes, you, you're also married.
Yeah, it came as a shocker.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it was really fun, and those kind of games, like Never Have I Ever game or other games between us book, they really add another value to the book.
yeah.
So do you
Mm,
remember about any other highlights from this book that really stood out to you and you still remember them from this book to this day?
highlight what Camila's and Gia's past and how they met, like how she was turned out. I really like that.
Hmm. Yeah, that was.
I think the others, like especially Adrian and Camila, were too harsh on Gias because back then they weren't brainwashed or their memories were not buried in their minds. So they were very harsh at Gaius. Means if they can give themselves another chance to be better person than they were in the past, and why cannot Gaius? Like Gaius is not a monster. Means they think that Gaius is a monster, but they were also a monster once. They themselves give a chance, but why cannot Gaius? What's wrong in it? And because of that, Gaius says to our character that there will be nothing to live for once I kill Rhea. And that's really sad to see.
Yeah, I mean that's how they designed it, I think, and yeah, it was sad because if yeah, they did they were in the same, but they are now they're viewed as some hero or they're viewed as nice persons, but Gaius, he was like them too, and but that he was not given the chances. He was just, I think, he was I mean, I wouldn't say, but it was just a representation. But yeah, you can say he was a tragic hero if you want to say that.
Yeah. And when Camila at the Fight Club said that one good deed does not undo a millennia of evil. I was like, Camila, you spent 2 millennia with chaos, and those 2 millennia, you killed so many people. You killed so many loved ones of people, and you are saying this to him. What have you done in 1 century by becoming the CEO of the most richest company of New York? Doesn't mean that you're a good person. You also have done crimes just at case. So stop blaming him for no reason at all.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was a bit hypocritical for her, like the way it was. Yeah, and like I said, I think they went for the vibe. Like everything was turned against Gaius. If he was given the right options, right choices, he could have been a better character, but he was just represented like that. A tragic person who ended up on the wrong side of the history, on the wrong side of the things.
Yeah. I think in the end of Bloodborne, neither Gaius or Rhea were innocent. Means evil. They were just victims.
Yeah. Yeah, like it was really hard because you see vampires, then it's saying like they're innocent, they're good vampires because they're vampires and they need blood, but then how they represent, look, it's like they're nice vampires, they're not. So it was hard to wrap our heads around those things. But yeah, I totally understand your emotions, like what are you trying to say, and I felt the same way too.
Yeah.
So, do you have any more questions from either this book or It Lives?
No, I don't have any questions.
Yeah, or anything, any feelings you want to share, anything that you liked that we would
I
love to.
really liked Gills because he's not because of his looks, but he did so much for Camila and Adrian. But in the end, they are like they just forget every good thing that he did for them, and he's like, they are like, we don't care about you. We are just evil, and we are not, and it's really bad.
Yeah, it was a shocker, also, like I said. Mm, it should have been different because when you read the whole thing, they justified it like, look, we are good people, you are bad people. And it was, yeah, like I said, it was really hard to swallow.
Yeah, first of all, he kept on thinking about his past, what happened with Ariadne, how he lost her, how much he loved her, and how Rhea went into his mind to kill so many innocent people. And he was already negative. He was already having negativity inside him, and the others, they were so negative, and they were like, "We will kill you, and we will make sure that you will die in the end. You're not the hero in the end act." So that made him this all made him lost his hope for living to do better. That's a tiny little hope that he had inside him. He even lost that. That's why he said to MC that I will just die in the end. I know that.
Yeah, that was a bit sad part. Like we really didn't want to see something like that, but yeah, it was sad, but it was also a bit unfair or injustice toward Gaius because it's like you do the same things and then someone gets blamed the most and others get hero worships. So that's a bit unfair, I would say.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can relate to these books, like in It Lives Beneath. Uh, Josephine. So she was the victim of a bad thing, right? But at the end, she was also. It was really hard. Like whatever she was doing because she was on her point, right? Because she lost her life, she lost all of those things, her daughter, because of those people. And to be honest, our grandpa, brought it to her. So, but it was also it's really hard situations, how they
Yeah,
represent.
it is.
So how did you feel about that? When you were to save Grandpa, but Josephine was trying to kill him.
I feel very sad, like what happened to Josephine in the end. She only she wanted to do good, but Grandpa was. Totally opposite of that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was like I said, choices represent in those books I have seen a certain situation, a certain person in a way that you can't really say they're bad, they're good. Like it's really hard. There are different
Yes.
sides to them. Yeah, that's really cool. Would you like, if I mean, do you want choices to release another mini book about Bloodbound, like a four-book series or something for Christmas or for other occasions?
Means they should have more side books like Thanksgiving, Solstice, Halloween, and all, and main books also like Blood 4, Blood 5. It deserves a
Yeah.
sequel.
Yeah, go on.
Actually, when Bloodborne ended, I emailed choices. I really literally emailed them that you have given so many books to high school and all, but why can't you just give it to Bloodborne? It's so famous and it's all everything. And they replied me that we cannot do it. We decide which book deserves a sequel and which book not. And if you have a question rather than Bloodborne, we are here to answer it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean, they said they
Awesome.
cancel a lot of books. I mean, they said just, it's about the popularity. If one book is popular, if it brings money to their headquarter, they're gonna go for it. I understand that part. I'm not saying, but yeah, it is what it is. Just, but yeah, it's sad. As a fan, I can only say that it is really sad to see our favorite books end.
I just want to continue Bloodborne one day. Like seriously.
Yeah, yeah, like how it went. Yeah, it's like how the Vampire Diaries went on and on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like more drama.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Choices are said. They've been saying for a long time now that they're going to release a zombie book later in the year. So, are you excited for the zombie book?
Yeah, I am.
And do you think you could get any references from in that book from Bloodbound book or Nightbound book because sorry, the It Lives book because it's a zombie kind of supernatural concepts are gonna get there.
It is quite possible because the genre is saying supernatural, so it can be as a possibility.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it's a possibility. That's true. So, I have this question for you. This is an hypothetical question that if you were a vampire, and so what would you have done? Because as a vampire, you need to drink blood, but like it's not the right thing to do. So, what would you do as a vampire?
Means in Bloodborne or like what?
No, no, like in normal life, if you were like a vampire, for instance, yeah, like if Bloodbound story was true, if it were true and you were one of the vampires, then what would you have done?
I'd love to be a vampire. Means supernatural speed, highlighted senses, and you can live forever, which is great.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. That would be super awesome, like a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Exactly. Um, Bloodbound book is a really nice book, and I really really enjoyed playing this and how they and I like you said I do wish that they had gone with another book or something that would have been super awesome.
When they say thank you for playing Bloodborne, it's been honor to write this. I'm like, don't show me this letter. Just don't show me this part. I hate it.
Yeah, I do hate it too. Like whenever they say thank you for playing this, I was like, no, we. What about
I'm
the
like, what
second
is
book?
this? This is only ending. I didn't expected you to give me this type of ending. I didn't play Bloodborne for this type of ending. Why are you giving it to me? Take it back. Give me Bloodborne book 4, Bloodborne book 5, and so on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it really hurts to see that, when they say thank you for playing. I mean, no, you can say that. We want a book too. We want it to continue. Why are you ending it?
Yeah, after a few months after Bloodborne ended, they got the VIP books and they updated the app, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So when I reinstalled the app that time, when I went to Bloodborne 3, and I clicked it and it said fully released. Before it used to coming released Saturday. Now when I see fully released, it really hurts me. Like, why? Why fully released? And it's
Yeah,
like popular. It's popular. It's like this writing in the side. It's popular. I'm like, it's popular. Then why can't you just continue it? What's wrong in it?
yeah. I mean, they went on with the royal romance to the royal heir, and then they're going on and on with Baby Boom Book 2. Like, it's literally, it's crossing 20 chapters by now. So I don't see
Yeah.
why they couldn't have put more chapters, or they couldn't have put another book in those famous supernatural genres like It Lives or Bloodbound, Nightbound.
Yeah, like I just played the first chapter of Lloyd Higher, and then when I uh reinstalled the app after months, it was like Lloyd High booked. I'm like, what? Book two? When will this end?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I
I'm like,
mean, like,
books to all the other books you were just making giving sequel, but Bloodborne you have problem. You have problem in giving it a sequel, which it deserves.
hmm, exactly. I mean, supernatural books, they do deserve sequel, because those are the things that fans like, everyone likes, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's really sad to see those books not getting sequels.
yeah, it is kind of.
But let's hope, I don't think it's possible at this point to get a sequel, but I hope they release some, short mini books on certain occasions about Bloodbound. Last year, because of pandemic, they couldn't release anything, but let's hope this year that.
Mm. By the email which I got, I don't think they will do anything for Bloodborne anymore.
Yeah, that could be the case. Yeah, it's really sad, but I don't know if a lot of people, like, if a whole lot of fans, if they write to choices, I don't think they're even gonna change their mind, because it's done. I think at this point,
Yeah,
but it was a fun book. And let's hope
very.
they can make another vampire book. Like in a different manner or something in the future.
Yeah, if even if we do it, it won't be like for me. It won't be as interesting as Bloodborne.
Yeah, yeah, but still, we would get vampire there, right?
Yeah,
That's true. Do you play any other apps other than choices? Story apps, I mean.
yeah. I play episodes. I play that. Yeah.
Episodes. So, did you get any vampire stories there in episodes?
Yeah, I'm forgetting the name of the book, but it's like totally a vampire story.
So, which one did you like the most? That one or this one here?
Bloodborne. Obviously, by Bloodborne. I'm totally obsessed with gays, and nothing's gonna change that.
I get that. I totally get that. I absolutely get that. Yeah. I mean, I felt the same about Jen from America's Most Eligible, and Emma from High School Story, and others. Like, oh, wow, and those characters also. It's not just about one person, but also the characters that comes with that particular book. You just can't stop having them, And when you think
Mhm.
that, oh, this is the time to say goodbye, this is the time to stop reading this book forever, it's really hard.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. I mean, I'm watching a series at the moment, and it's about to end after this season, so that's really hard. Wow, this is gonna end. Yeah, that sucks.
It does.
So you're gonna read a Laws of Attraction, right? The Laws of Attraction, right? In future.
Yeah, I'm planning to. I don't know when, but I will.
Yeah. Best of luck with that. I hope you're gonna like it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, I have started playing it. So far, it's going good. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, and then when you will start reading it, I think you'd have to binge it because by when you're gonna pick it up, by then they're gonna release a whole lot of chapters.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's one thing. But at this point, can you imagine your life without choices or without the Bloodbound book? Like, if you hadn't read it, what do you think would you be doing now? I mean, it has become a big part of your life at the point, right?
yeah, it definitely has.
Yeah,
And I think if I wouldn't have played it, I wouldn't have become this obsessed or interested in the game, in the story. Anime, I don't know what to say.
yeah, I totally get you. I get that feeling. I had the same feeling about this. Like, this is really awesome. The books, the stories, and the music. The choices have awesome music.
Oh, they did. They do.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, every book, new music, new scenes, the background. It takes you to that place almost.
Mm.
So all in all, this blood-sucking vampires, they became a really important part of our life after reading the book, and we loved those characters, like be it Gaius, be it Camellia, Adrian, and others. You know, they hold a really special place in our heart, right?
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts on this book?
No.
On It Lives that you played?
Lips is really good, and if I when I will start playing Laws of Attraction, I will definitely play Italy, the other book also.
Yeah, It Lives in the Woods.
Yeah.
Mhm. Um, yeah, that book is a super awesome book, and I also read in that form like you are reading now. First, It Lives, and then in that sequence, and then It Lives in the Woods. So yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Um, do you want to comment on any specific things about choices or about the choice community or anything you would like to say? Your feeling, your thoughts.
Choice is a really great book, and the stories means the Choices really makes amazing books like Bloodborne, It Lives, and Royal Romance. Maybe I haven't read all of the books, but the books that I've read are really interesting and super awesome. I would definitely say.
Yeah, exactly. They're super awesome. They are. I mean, I really like them and the way they design, specifically the artwork. That's super awesome, right?
Oh yeah, and the outfits of MC means I didn't unlock the MC outfits of other books, but Bloodborne MC outfits were like out of this world. I really loved most of them. It's almost all of them. They're really awesome.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. I mean, did you buy all the outfits? I mean, that you were given in almost every occasion.
Not every outfit. Some outfits are like, okay, I don't want this, but later I used my diamonds when I had, and I bought them.
Mhm. Yeah, outfits they impact the story. I think in old stories the outfits didn't matter much, but in newer stories you are seeing this pattern like outfits are a must. If you don't have a proper outfit, you're not going to impress someone, and then it's gonna like collapse sort of.
Yeah.
So, and what about the outfits of your love interest? They don't change outfit much, right?
Yeah, I'm like, for how long will you wear the same outfit? Like Gaius has been wearing that outfit for centuries and millennia.
Yeah,
I mean, you
I
can just
mean,
change.
yeah.
Like, I'm changing my outfits. I'm changing my dress. Why can't you people do it? Literally, you should really do it. You all.
Yeah, I think that's what choices need to work on a bit because the way they make us change our outfit. We wear fancy outfit, that's perfect, but I think they also need to change the outfits of the love interest too because all the time they wear the same outfit. I mean, we have changed our outfit, but they are wearing the same outfit. So and their
Don't they?
outfit needs to be fancier too.
Yeah, don't they smell?
Yeah, that's the point because we're just playing online, so we don't know if they smell or not. That's yeah. That's a really
Like
good point.
at least Rhea changed her outfit. I'm happy about that. Only Rhea thereafter coming out of that tree for millennials. I'm happy that she became modern and all, but still the others are still wearing the same outfit.
Yeah, I mean she's fond of blood so much that she always changes. I mean her clothes are soaked with blood, so she needs to change a lot.
Yeah.
That's true. It's fun. And how do you feel about the hairstyles they also give sometimes? Like, unlock this hairstyle, get a bonus scene, or maybe if you want to just shut someone up, or maybe if you just want to stand up against someone, you need to use 10 diamonds, 15 diamonds. How do you feel about those diamond scenes?
Like for standing up, you should not. They shouldn't. You tell us to use diamonds or give us an option to. It's not fair. I don't like it. It's not a good option.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
why should I? Why should I waste diamonds on standing up or something? Give me diamonds. I can spend diamonds if you want, but wait only to spend diamond case or wait for outfits. That's it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Diamond should only be for, like you said, outfits, hair, and stuff. Because if you want to go on a date with someone or have a moment with someone, I don't see putting diamonds on that because that's the whole point. If you don't get that scene with them, it's just spoils the story, sort of. It's a business, not a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one thing. Um, so, are you gonna read the Bloodbound book again anytime soon?
Yeah, means after the Bloodborne book got over, I just replayed the every single book like twice or thrice, and going to do the same if I will reinstall choices. It kind of hurts me to see that Bloodborne has ended. Otherwise, every Saturday, whenever the new chapter was about to come, only this many hours left, and I was so excited. And book two used to come on Fridays. Book two, and I really was excited for Friday and Saturday. And when they in November, when they told that on this day, 9th November, they are coming, I was like, yes, they are going to see Gay, yes, they're going to see Rhea, and so much more is going to happen. I was really happy about it.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, so that excitement, joy. When you read a book after has released completely, then you can binge watch it and sorry, binge read it and sort of go on and on with it. But when you need to wait for a book when it comes out every week, and you need to wait, wow, next chapter, I can't wait. I have to wait 1 week. That's a different feeling. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is super awesome. And I hope you're gonna like the newer books too. Do you have the VIP subscription, by the way?
No. Do you?
No, no, I don't have the VIP subscription. It's kind of really costly, to be honest. And I don't like the VIP books much, and they're releasing it for general public one by one anyway. So yeah, I'll just wait, I guess.
I think, to be honest, they bought the VIP ones because choices is not so popular anymore as it was once, and so to earn more money or to get more money, they are just giving us a subscription. Subscription.
Yeah, I mean, their app is still Editor's Choice app on Google Play Store, but yeah, sort of the rate of downloading their app, it has gone down.
Yeah, and if it goes on like that, maybe you don't know something else can happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the competition isn't between choices versus any other interactive story app. The competition is choices versus choices in old times, like how choices was in old days and how choices is today. So the fight is with choices.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is the thing. So I think it's time for you to go because it's almost your time for your class, right?
Oh yeah, it is. I was like also got so excited with by talking to you that I almost forgot what time it is.
Yeah, I'm always here to save the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for reminding me. But it
it
was
was
great
really.
to talking to you. It was really awesome. And it's my first time on a podcast. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, it's my pleasure to have you and to talk to you about these books. And just so we know, next time you want to come on here, we can talk about other choices books that you read, or about any specific chapter of Bloodbound. What we can do, you can read the chapter, I will read the chapter, and then we can just discuss that chapter together. So we can definitely do that. We can do it one chapter or four chapters together. So it would be my pleasure to have you once in a while to discuss about Bloodbound, because yeah, it's a super awesome book.
Yeah, sure. I would love to come here again.
Yeah, so we can discuss Bloodbound chapters, one by one.
Yeah, it would be totally cool.
Yeah, okay. Then I will keep in touch with you about those, and then see you again in another episode.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye. Take
Thanks.
care.
Yeah, you take care too, and thanks for coming here. Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.